If you've ever wondered why some people are all about manifestation, like me, while others call it pretend or fake magic, just roll their eyes at it, or maybe you've tried it, but you just haven't gotten any results, this video is going to help make it all make sense. So stick around. My name's Liza Lounsbury, and welcome to my channel, Watch Her Rise. And today's topic is a doozy. And I've got a couple of different audiences, so forgive me as I travel between cameras. So glad that you're here. Manifestation, I could talk about for days. Today, I want to focus on the 3 levels of consciousness and their connection with manifestation. So we're going to be talking about realities. 3D, 4D, and 5D. Hang tight. So the first part that I want to get out of the way is to just set the foundation for what is manifestation. Why does it feel confusing? How come some people think it's far out there? Manifestation is the simple practice of thinking before coming to fruition. And guess what? Everything has been manifested. It's existing whether you want it to or not. Because the only way that anything exists, this lipstick, these ear things, AirPods, headphones, this microphone, Wi-Fi, the way that you're seeing me, hearing me, my haircut, these glasses, light, electricity. The only way any of this exists is because someone thought of it first. Nothing exists without a thought. There is no such thing as an oops. There was some kind of thought that led to it. Now, I'm not trying to get into philosophical battles here. But at the end of the day, in order for something to be created, a thought has to precede the creation. Okay? So manifestation is being intentional with those thoughts to drive the future, the desired results in our favor. It's biology. Because taking it even further, manifestation is realizing that it's not just thoughts and then poof, like, no, I can't just turn a microwave into $1 million. It doesn't work like that. It's figuring out how to get what you want in less time, in a way that feels good. So who wouldn't want to do that? I don't know anybody that wouldn't want to do that. Manifestation has completely changed my life. It allowed us to pay off $282,000 of debt in 3 years. The last time I calculated it, the money that we've manifested in the past few years surpassed $1.5 million. But that's not all I've manifested. I've manifested so many things because it's a process. And this is going to sound really, really nerdy for a second, but I won the science fair in 6th grade, and I'm still proud of that, okay? So anytime you're going to tell me that science is involved, I'm going to be all in. So I'm asking you today, play full out. And why not? Give it a shot. Give it a shot. All right. Reality. We got to move towards reality. What is reality? It is whatever your brain says it is. That's why you and someone else can go watch a movie. You may laugh your ass off at some sick joke. That would probably be me because I worked in the ICU and the ER for a long time. So when someone accidentally falls and like breaks their leg, and that's sick humor. But somebody else could be crying because their son just broke their leg last week and it was a traumatic experience and they remember being in the ER and they've got the sensory memory from that. That's their reality and that's yours. Reality is whatever you make it to be. So that's concept number 1. By the way, none of this is real in the sense that we think it is. Don't believe me? Go take some ayahuasca. Go find some LSD. Damn it, Liza, this is recorded. Okay. Disclaimer. I'm not telling anyone to take illegal drugs. Go find illegal drugs, sell illegal drugs. This is not medical advice. For the love of God, do not come at me. What I'm saying is that with a quick substance, you will see literally that you can have conversations with little green men from grass strings or a fly. Okay? Everything that you see, the colors can change. They can drip. They can mold. They can become dots. Lines become wavy. It's fascinating what our brain can do. And what I'm asking you today is to accept that you do not know all that is available to you in the realm of possibility. Okay? Now, let's talk about dimensions. Dimensions, when we think about it mathematically, the third dimension, I call this our stressed out survival dimension because it is everything that's actually physically present that we can see, touch. Okay? So it is the bill that showed up for your electricity. That's the third dimension. But the electricity itself, we cannot see. I mean, we can see the light, but we don't see the actual current. The parts that we cannot see, unless we imagine them, are fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is our imagination. It's our dream world, our dream state. The brain doesn't know the difference between the third dimension or the fourth dimension, which is why when you put on virtual reality, people get hurt all over the world, or they accidentally break their brand new TV. It's because the brain doesn't know the difference, whether it's right here in front of us or it's with our eyes closed. But here's the challenge, especially when it comes to money or it comes to finding the love of your life. People want to manifest these things from the third dimension. But that's not actually where they travel from. Now hang tight. Because everything is energy. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transformed. It's in constant motion. It is, and it always will be. And so when we think of money, it is not a physical object. Yes, you can have a dollar bill. Pretend I have a dollar bill right here. You can have a dollar bill. You can have coins. But they're not even backed by silver or gold. It's a concept. It's to keep social order. We have assigned a value to things. And the more that we value them, the higher they cost. But the thing that we use to pay with comes from the fourth dimension. Let me make this even simpler for you. Where's your money right now? Think about it. It's probably in your banking app. And you look it up and you see a number. That doesn't physically exist. I can promise you 100% that money is not in your bank. It is an energetic thing that at the push of a button, you can transfer, move, deposit, pay for bills. You can do whatever you want. Boop, 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 boop. But most people get tripped up and want to manifest money from the physical world. So what do? They physically use their body more. They say, I've got to work harder. I need to work longer hours. I need to get more jobs. These are all physical things. Now, I'm not saying that those things won't give you money. What I'm saying is they're not required. So hang tight. So with manifestation, we actually go from the third dimension into the fourth dimension, and we imagine what we want. But we don't just imagine it. We imagine the end result as if it's already here. And the way that we do that is by using the fourth dimension, which is our imagination. So if we want, like for example, for my birthday this year, bought myself a brand new car. I knew what I wanted. I closed my eyes. I saw it, the color of it. I saw the type of tires, the rims, the mileage, the this, the that, I saw it. Okay? Not only did I see it, I saw myself driving it. I saw myself paying for it. I saw myself coming off the lot. This is the end result. I saw myself having the conversation with Jonathan, getting his approval, making the payment, bringing it home, showing the kids. I'm doing all this. This is visualization, because what happens is, remember, reality is whatever your brain says it is. Well, I told my brain what it was going to be. And so then what happens is our subconscious can't help but align with that. What is the quote by Albert Einstein? When you can visualize it in reality, you can't help but get that reality. I just butchered that. It's an Albert Einstein quote. You got to look it up. But that's going to help transfer us into the 5D, but I'm not ready for that yet. So I imagined that. And when you imagine something, since your brain creates the reality based on what it's experienced, I gave it the experience as though it already existed. It was done. And so then, because it's biology, my body, my nervous system, my thoughts transitioned as though that already happened. And so then so what happens is there's a gap. Wanted the car, didn't have the car. So how do you close the gap? Well, that's what Neville Goddard terms the bridge of incidents that happen. And this happens in the 4D too. You don't see it. It's happening out there. It was happening on Carvana. It was happening at the car dealership. It was happening when the guy, it's happening. And then when it's time, boop, it shows up in the 3D world. And that just so happened to be my friend and I went to the car lot, drove around. There it was. Boop, bought it. Okay, but that's because, I aligned my desire with the end result, and I allowed the bridge of incidents to take place. It basically, the bridge of incidents was like guiding me what I needed to do, who I needed to speak with, how I needed to look it up, what things were necessary, what kind of money did I need to move around, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so that's fourth dimension. It's imagining it, seeing the end result. I want to move on to fifth dimension. So the thing about the fourth dimension, before we get to the fifth dimension, when you imagine it, you've got to pay attention to what's happening in your body. Because if your body's like laughing or shrugging it off, that means it doesn't feel safe. It doesn't believe it because there's some type of limiting belief that's blocking that. It's either something that you grow up hearing, that's horseshit, that's voodoo, Good for them. Rich people are greedy. Nobody needs, you don't need that new pair of shoes. Your pair of shoes doesn't even have holes in it yet. There's some type of limiting belief that's blocking your subconscious from feeling safe with making that happen. So when you are imagining in the 4D, it's super important that your body believes it. Ooh, I'm having a hot flash. So if your chest feels heavy, if you get that giddy feeling, if you feel like a kid and you're just like, I'm going to manifest $1 million. No, we all know that's not going to happen. You got to be able to see it, know it exists, and feel plain as day. All right? Because here's the other thing. If it shows up and you didn't feel normal, you're going to have a panic attack. Your body is going to resist. It's going to say, oh my gosh, what did I do? It's like my first high ticket paying client. She handed me $8,000 and I was like, oh, thank you. And then I got queasy and almost vomited because after we got off the phone, I thought, who am I to take this money from this woman? But I was working with her for 18 months on several massive goals. Now that I look back, I should have doubled the cost. 18 months? That's a long time to work with somebody for $8,000 when you've got a master's degree and all of my experience and expertise. But back then, I didn't feel safe with that. I had to expand my ability to receive wealth so that my nervous system felt safe and it didn't screw it up. Okay? Okay. The 5D reality. Now, that quote that I butchered from Albert Einstein, I'm going to have to look it up while we're here, is what happened with the 2022 Nobel Prize in Physics. So here's his quote. Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy, this is physics. So that was Albert Einstein. So the Quantum Entanglement Physics 2022 Nobel Prize proved this to be true. So fifth dimension, now we're going to be adding emotion. So we're not just going to be imagining it, we are going to be feeling as though it's already here. Ooh. And that's because, remember in the very beginning when I said the problem is that when you're only living in the third dimension, you're living in survival mode. You are attaching your feelings to external circumstances. You're saying, I'm stressed all the time because I don't have enough money. So what you're telling me is that you're attaching your freedom, your peace, your ability to enjoy life with a thing. I'm stressed all the time because my child has a disability and we're in therapy all the time. So what you're telling me is that you're attaching your ability to be calm and confident and collected and peaceful with your child not having a disability. And when I put it that way, they're always like, no, it has nothing to do with my child. I'm not saying that to judge or put you down. I'm saying that to bring awareness, to empower you to realize you don't have to wait for the thing. You can be peaceful, calm, confident now. This was the shift for me. Jonathan can remember the very day when I said, fuck it, we're paying it all off. I sat down on a piece of paper, I wrote shit out, and within 3 years, boom, it was gone. He says, I just need to know what you did that day when I was talking about this business and saying, I really feel like I'm being called to this. I feel like everything that we went through was so that I could share this message with the world. I feel like God put this on my plate. I can tie it into spirituality. It's science, it's biology, it's all the things. And he said, you just have to go back to that day when that thing happened, whatever that was it. I remember it. It was the feeling. I said, I'm grateful now. I am worthy. I am wealthy. I am capable. I am living. I am abundant. I'm not waiting for anything. And man, did God show up? Did God show up? He said, yes, you are. Boop, 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 boop. It was nuts. So the fifth dimension, this is when we start talking about quantum leaping, because really the only thing you have to do to collapse time, because in the quantum realm, in the world, time doesn't exist. It's a human-created construct that actually creates all of our stress, by the way. Because when we're living in the present, we can't be stressed. All we have is right now. But we let the past keep us ashamed and feeling guilty and behind. And then we let the future create stress and frustration and fear and I have to. When if we just come here, do you have everything you need right now? Have enough oxygen, have a roof over your head, have food in your fridge or in your belly. You don't even have to have it in your fridge. That's a future concept. Are you fed? Are you hydrated? Are you okay right in this moment? And the answer is yes. Yes. That's the frequency to live in. Yes. And when you look out, you open your eyes and go, holy shit, my life is freaking magical. Look at all the stuff that I have. Oh my gosh, besides the fact I have 10 fingers and 10 toes and 2 arms and 2 legs and a head of hair because I'm not on chemo, and I've got both my tits because I don't have breast cancer, and I've got all these things on my walls because someone gave them to me because they love me because of art, and I've got this degree right there because I went to college, and I've got my master's degree there because I went to graduate school, and oh my gosh, I've got this camera that I've got to charge for my daughter for the 3rd day. I keep forgetting, but it's because she wants to take pictures. That means I have a daughter. How amazing is our freaking world? It's incredible. And so yes, I want you to get a little bit delusional here in the best way possible. Because on the flip side, you're living in delusional suffering, delusional lack. To the point that when I went to a third world country for the first time and worked as a nurse and went on mission, I cannot tell you how embarrassed I was to think for just a second that I had a single problem at home. I didn't have a single problem. My problems were made up. I had to carpool kids to 4 different sports. That's not a fucking problem. Excuse my French. Not having water is a problem. That's a problem. And then accidentally getting some of it while you're taking a shower and then having shit come out of your ass for 4 days and getting so dehydrated, that's a problem. I say this to say, you are entitled to an amazing life, and it is available to you right now. And the only thing in between where you are right now and an amazing reality where you have everything you could have ever dreamed of is your ability to accept that. That's it. It's your ability to say, I'm not afraid of other people seeing me. I'm not afraid of sharing my talent. I'm not afraid of going to HR and asking for a raise. I'm not afraid of selling things because I need the money to do something that's worth more. I'm not afraid of having the difficult conversation. I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to say the thing to somebody for risk that I might hurt their feelings because I value myself. And know that if I'm not whole and if I'm not well, I can't be well to anybody. It's having the ability to experience discomfort, because discomfort is where we grow, because the reason that you're comfortable is just because you're repeating what's familiar, not because it's good for you. I'm comfortable now too, but I work out every morning. And before then, I didn't work out because it made me uncomfortable. Now I'm uncomfortable when I don't work out. Do you see that? So the fifth dimension is where we add the feeling as though the thing is already here. Because we don't wait for anything to feel joy and peace and gladness and gratitude and abundance and love. We don't wait for someone else to love us to love the world. We don't wait for the government to make a decision to go love all people. Okay? I hope this pumped you up, showed you the possibilities, that everything is endless when you allow it to be. And manifestation is just a simplified way to take biology and what it means to feel really good and align that with your dreams and make them happen in reality faster than you can snap your fingers.